Hello and welcome. This is Claudia Sky. In this video today, I want to share what I have learned and experienced around light, as in natural light and the lights we use inside that have a certain effect on us. And this will be a pretty short video, but there is a trend in the Western world, especially, to go toward artificial lights, like LED lights and so forth. And they do not contain the natural full spectrum of the sunlight that the old incandescent lights still, for the most part, really carried and carry. You can still buy them. And what happens when we are under a light source that is not representing the full spectrum, as beings of light that we are as well, because we have a light body, and that light body is very, very important to us, actually. It feeds into our electromagnetic and our physical body. It feeds into our mental and emotional body. It has a lot to do with how well we feel on all the levels that we exist on. And so if we don't get out into sunlight much and we spend our days, like it is very common in schools and many other places, under these, let's call them artificial lights that are missing a lot of the colors, that completely scrambles and weakens our system. And you will find the difference. If you're sensitive and you give yourself an incandescent light bulb, assuming it's dark out, so you can really, your system feels that light. And then you turn that off and you turn on another source, like an LED light bulb, you will instantaneously feel the shift in your being. I mean, that's the easiest ways to find out what's good for you. You just feel it if you are in tune with sensing and feeling. And so it's really important to realize that, because a lot of us spend a lot of their time not in natural light. And when that continues, it will create an imbalance, and that imbalance will make itself known. And that is something that is in your hand in some way to change. Maybe not if you have to be in an establishment where they don't use natural lights, but maybe you can have that conversation. Maybe that is important enough to create a change, to actually understand it and do your own research. I mean, I'm not the only one that's aware of this. And definitely in your home, in the darker month, have light sources that give you the full spectrum. If you're in front of the computer a lot, you have a lot of that blue light, you want to balance it out. And they have these orange colored glasses. I have not used that. I do a lot of, well, I'm outside a lot. I do a sun gazing practice when there is any opportunity to see the stars, which for me is almost every night. I look into the stars, I look into the moonlight, I look at the reflection of sunlight in the water. I really try to get it into my system, into my eyes, but also into my skin on a regular basis. Doesn't matter what the season is. You can expose your body to light, even if it's behind a window. You can take in the full spectrum of the sun. That's really important, I found. And I can tell, having lived now in a very simple and natural environment for over a year and a half, how sensitive I am when I have to go inside a supermarket or a place where the lights are not in my hands, you could say. It just feels uncomfortable, and I would never choose to stay in that environment longer. So if you're somebody that has that as your work environment, you can balance it out with being out in the sun in your free time. Even if the sun isn't out, still there's light coming through the sky. Even if it's cold, you can find a window where you're exposed to sunlight and get it into all the places. It is, I believe, something we'll be hearing more about in the times to come. There is, of course, light therapy already available. And I always love going back to the source and working directly with the sun. So try it out, experiment with it. I bet you it will give you more energy, probably more clarity. Some things you're struggling with might soften and lessen. Let me know what you find. Have a good day.